Thank you very much. The gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Garcia, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And of course, I thank you and the ranking member for convening this hearing. And of course, thank you to our witnesses for joining us today to discuss the CARES Act oversight and our pandemic response. From when we passed the CARES Act until today, we've made remarkable progress. Our recovery has been impressive, especially compared to other countries, but it has been uneven and unequal as well. It's our job to fix that. Secretary Yellen, I represent a working class immigrant district, including many families with children. In fact, one of the youngest districts in the country. The stimulus checks and the child tax credit were vital in my community. That's why I fought so hard to ensure that mixed status families and ITIN holders are finally able to access these vital benefits in the American Rescue Plan. More than half of Latino children have at least one immigrant parent, and at least 90% of these children are U.S. citizens, meaning they're entitled to these benefits, but they often can't get them. The question for you, millions of ITINs have expired at the end of last year, and the ITIN process is plagued by delays. Sometimes the IRS holds on to original documents for months, a terrifying prospect for an immigrant family. What are Treasury and the IRS doing to streamline the application process for ITIN filers?
Well, I can get back to you or have my staff with greater detail on this, but we have been trying to speed the delivery, for example, of the child tax payments to individuals who didn't file a return in either 2019 or 2020. Many ITINs may be in that category, and it's been an objective of our outreach to make sure that there are tools available to apply for those payments. We made an application available on mobile devices that's in Spanish as well to try to make sure that they receive the payments they're entitled to. But I'd be glad to get back to you with more detail on this.
Thank you. I will take you up on that and follow up with you and your folks. Data shows that Latinos are less likely than whites to report receiving monthly child tax credit payments. This is disturbing since Latino children are more likely to live in poverty. What can Treasury and the IRS do to monitor the success of the tax credit in the Latino community, and what can Congress do to ensure that the tax credit reaches everyone that's entitled to it?
Well, I would just say that we have tried through an extensive outreach program to make sure, and working with members of Congress as well, to make sure that there's awareness, especially in low-income and minority communities, of eligibility for these payments, both the child tax, especially the child tax payments, and it's a question of getting the word out and making sure that families know how to apply.
And do you think that members of Congress have any other role to help ensure that everyone who is eligible gets it?
We have asked members of Congress to help us get the word out. The IRS has had an extensive outreach program, but certainly members of Congress can help publicize the availability of these benefits in their districts.
Thank you, Secretary. I look forward to following up with you and, of course, working together to ensure that these benefits reach every community in this country. Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back.
Thank you.
Thank you. The gentleman from Missouri.